Hey there, I'm Kylie, customer support with DataFlick or iSift, and in this video I'm going to show you how to utilize the Sold Properties feature to analyze recent sales and investor transactions and see where to focus your marketing efforts. So let's get started. First, select Sold Properties on the left sidebar of your account, and now you'll select your state, and for this we're going to be looking at Franklin County, Ohio. You can analyze your whole state, but I would recommend narrowing down at least by county, and then from there you can narrow down even further by zip code or neighborhood. Now we also want to select a time frame here, so I'm going to look at the last 6 months. So within this time frame we can see the total amount of transactions, the total investor transactions, and this section here is related to the AI score range. With our predictive AI data plans, we assign a score representing how likely a property is to sell off market to an investor. And these scores range from anywhere from 0 to 100, with 100 being the most likely to sell. Now, typically for that data, you'd want to focus on the higher ranges, but a property with a score of 50 is still likely to sell to an investor. For our predictive AI customers, you can use these scoring ranges and prediction rates to see which records you need to focus on based on the score. If the majority of the investor transactions are falling within a range of, let's say, 60 to 100, then you can use those filters to narrow down and market to those records first. The prediction rate means we predicted this percentage of all investor transactions, and for our AI customers, we guarantee a prediction rate of at least 50%. The more you increase the range here, the higher the percentage is going to be because it's covering a larger area of the market there. Next up, we can see a breakdown of the top patterns. And this distressor section helps us see which distressor or qualifier is associated with the properties. So we can use this information to decide which distressors to focus on in our campaigns. And now we can see within this breakdown that free and clear, absentee owners, and high equity properties affect the majority of the records that have sold. If we wanted to do a bulk marketing campaign, we could use all three of these options to create that larger campaign. And then even though the tax delinquent, pre-probate are both smaller percentages, those are still highly likely to sell because they are facing a time-sensitive pain point there. In this section, we can also see top patterns for home price, property type, property characteristics here, and the AI scoring. And down below, we can see a breakdown of all transactions, just investor transactions, and within this section, if you hover over the distressor count, you're able to see exactly which distressor or qualifying data is associated with that property. Clicking in My Records will show you any properties that are in your account that meet the criteria that you've selected here. And you'll also be able to see if it was an investor transaction. So for those properties, if you were not the investor that was able to purchase it, you can dig in a little bit deeper and audit those records to see why it is that you may have missed out on that deal. We also have advanced filters here towards the top, so you can layer in additional criteria that match the types of properties that you are typically marketing to. So if you wanted to see particular distressors or qualifying data, you can select those. And then you're also able to select, for example, if you want to see years of ownership. We can keep layering in those different filters to see what the data looks like for those particular details. And then we can also, if you want to save these filters for so you can use in the future, if you click Save New, you're able to save a new custom preset here. And similar to our filter records section, we also have folders, so you can create and organize different folders for each of your different buy boxes. So you can come in here, just click the filter, and see all the details of those particular transactions for those filters. And you can come in here and analyze it month over month to see any market changes or trends. Utilize the sold properties feature. This feature works in conjunction with our market finder, which if you filter by your certain areas, then select to see all transactions from there, it will direct you to the sold properties page with your areas already filtered for you. And it also works with SIF maps. So if you wanted to see more details about a particular transaction here, if you click on an address, it's going to open up SIF map to where you can see those particular details for that property. You can also see details and transactions history and any other properties owned by that person. Be sure to check out our additional trainings in the Help Center, which you can locate here. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to our support team by clicking Talk to Us.